Major General Khan. It starts, okay, I first started by making a call to him and he didn't answer. So, but the call doesn't appear. So when he didn't answer, I sent him a message to say, "Good day, General, it's Pakula."
And you did this, just for context or background, you did this because word had come to you that he wanted to meet you.
Correct.
Thank you.
And then he said, "Good day, how are you?" Then I replied, "Not bad, thanks, General." And he said, "When can we meet?" And I said, "I can hear from you, I'm in Alberton." So he said, "Do you mind if I bring General Kadwa?" I said, "I won't be comfortable. I think let's first meet and we'll take it from there, General." Then he responded, "Okay, when is it convenient for you to meet?" I said, "I'm available, we'll hear from you." Then he said, let me call you later.
Perhaps let's look at the timestamp before we move on. What time is that, the last text?
It's 14:30, 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yes. And then if you go to page, so you have to go backwards. Go to page 18, 1-8.
Okay.
Remember you said the text started on the 15th. Now there's a text on the 16th of September 2021. You'll see your last message at 14:31 where you say, "Okay, General," is that where we should then continue from?
Yes. And then on the 16th, I received a call from General Khan, and he requested me to send him my pin location. And that's when I sent him this pin location, and he said 15 minutes away. Then I said, "Okay, General." And then there was a message deleted there, and then underneath I wrote, "Hi, General, with all due respect, there's something I was thinking regarding your statement."
Before we get there, I think that's a different conversation, because if you look at the timestamp, he says to you at 12:48, he is 15 minutes away.
Yes.
And then you say, "Okay, Jen," at 12:48, and then what follows, it's at 16:49. So there is a gap there. So can we deal with that before we deal with what happens a few hours later in terms of your meeting with him then?
Yes, we met.
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
take it from there.
after this, we met at Kibla Park at the garage. So that's when we met, and as I...
And what you then describe in your statement happened.
That's correct,
You
Commissioner.
entered his car, passenger side.
That's correct, Commissioner.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Perhaps I should ask you first, prior to this case of Ayrton and this engagement,
Yes.
have you had any exchange or meetings with General Khan?
Yes, prior to this, there's a case that we did, and he was close to he knew the complainant, and I was investigating a case of it was theft of diamonds or something like that. So that's when I first met him there.
Yes. I suppose the question to be more pointed: have you then exchange? Have you ever exchanged private conversations as this one?
No. We
And
didn't.
have you arranged private meetings with him
No.
prior to this one?
No.
Okay. And then, as the chair correctly said, that you went to the car, you sat in his car, and what I need to find out from you is that one of the issues that he raised is when it comes to the drugs. You said to him, as far as you know, they belong to him, or at least as far as you are aware. What informed that conversation for you to say that to him?
Yeah, after our arrest, it was people were saying those drugs belonged to him, General Khan. So when I related it to him, it was out of what I've heard from what people were telling me.
And who are the people?
Commissioner, the general people of the public. The general
Police officers, other police officers.
Yes, I can say so.
All
Yes.
right.
The question is, were you saying in jest? Were you serious, or it was just a joke?
No, it was serious.
It was quite serious when you said that.
Yes. But he laughed, obviously, he laughed it off. Yes.
And that ended there.
Pardon?
That conversation ended there, at him laughing it off.
No, obviously, he said he was not interested in me. He wanted, they actually wanted Colonel Sipungu. And I responded by saying, but Colonel Sipungu, he was not even aware of this. I'm the one who phoned him to inform him about this, the drug bust. So there's no way that he can be involved, because it was as if Colonel Sipungu might have been the one who arranged everything. Then I was distancing Colonel Sipungu from that.
Before we continue on Sipungu, what I was asking is that you are sitting with a high-ranking police official in your car, and it's just the two of you, and you literally accuse him, or at least say to him, the drugs belong to him.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand that atmosphere, or is it called the bravery, to confront him with that information.
To be honest, commissioners, I was still upset with the way I was treated on the scene, and maybe that explains the bravery that you're saying, because I was still, I felt I was arrested for something that I didn't know. So maybe that explains the bravery.
And when he said to you, it is not you that he is after, I think he used the word, it is not me that they wanted.
Yeah.
What did you understand by they, and also what they meant, like they wanted Colonel Sipungu?
I think it was the DPCI. I believe it was him and the DPCI, because initially he requested to come to a meeting with General Kadwa. And I said, I won't be comfortable with that. And I still don't understand, I still don't know the reason why he wanted to invite General Kadwa to that meeting. So that's why I believe perhaps it was DPCI also when he said they. Because he didn't say I'm interested, he said we are looking for Colonel Sipungu. And
then what did you understand by wanting him, wanting Colonel Sipungu? Because I think you quickly said, no, it wasn't him, it was me. What did you mean by, what did you understand when he said they wanted him instead?
No, I understood that they, like, Commissioners, if I can put it like this, I first received a visit from these members from DPCI in prison. So I only found out at Major General Khan's hearing that he might have been the one who sent them to me in prison with the disguise that I want to give them information. So when he said they want General Sipungu, to me it appeared as if people who are looking for a scapegoat for what they did, or they arrested us, but now they don't have anything, so they are trying to get evidence to place on us. Because I still believe he was recording me on that day. I believe he was recording me.
Is that why you were then direct?
Yes.
On those at least accusations.
Yes.
And then two other issues arises from that conversation. He promised to give you a statement to use in your upcoming disciplinary hearing. What is that all about?
Right. So he said to me he could see that I was doing an honest job at the scene. So I requested him that, okay, if you saw that I was doing an honest job at the scene, can you please deposit a statement so that I can submit at my disciplinary hearing? Because I was now charged with the same matter where you are saying you could see that I was doing an honest job. So basically, I was looking for his statement so that I can submit to my, as my witness.
Warrant
at my
Officer.
hearing. Yes, can I-
If you look at that text on the 16th at 16:49, it suggests that he did give you a statement, you looked at it, and you were not happy with the statement. Is that a fair reading of that text? Because you say here, "Hi, General, with all due respect, there's something I was thinking regarding your statement." As if he has already given you a statement, you looked at it, but you were not happy with the content.
No, it wasn't. He never gave. I think I wanted him perhaps to advise him how to put that statement. I believe maybe I wanted to, but he didn't respond. Then it ended there.
Yeah, but it doesn't gel with what follows because it looks like your hearing was the following day. So when you say at 16:49, there's something I was thinking regarding your statement, it looks like the statement was going to be presented the following day. You already had it, but you had misgivings about that statement.
No,
Because if you were only asking for a statement at 10 to 5, the hearing being the following day, then it just doesn't make sense. When were you going to get that statement and when was he going to prepare it?
Commissioner Kumalo, I never received that statement. Maybe I was sending him a text to remind him in a way that I'm still waiting for that statement.
Yeah, but that's not what the text says.
Yes,
The text creates the impression because you say, "Hi, General, with all due respect, there's something I was thinking regarding your statement."
Yes.
And that suggests you've already seen his statement, but you want it to be changed.
No, that's not what happened.
Because here you're not asking him for a statement. At least we can agree on that the text doesn't say, "Here is a reminder that I'm still waiting for a statement," or something like that.
I must say, I might have been trying to be as polite as possible, because I was on his mercy for him to submit that statement.
No, Warrant Officer, it doesn't read that way to me.
I understand what Commissioner Kumar is saying.
And it raises concerns, I must say to you.
But if I may respond to that, I didn't receive that statement. It's a fact. Thank you.
Officer, why did you not want General Kadwa to be part of your meeting with? Is there any specific reason?
There's no specific reason, Commissioner Baloyi, and I'd say I was not going to feel comfortable when both of them were there, because I didn't know what is it that he's looking for. He just wanted to meet me, and then he wanted to invite somebody else, and I was still confused as to what is it that he's looking for. And also with General Kadwa, I was still not okay with what I've heard he did at Boyson's Court, because he came to influence the SPP to enroll our case, where I was promised I was going to be released. So I was not feeling okay with that. Thanks, Commissioner.
Warrant Officer, then on that text, so that exchange is on the 16th of September.
Yes.
Then the very next day, on the 17th, then General Khan says to you, "Good morning, good luck with your matter today."
Correct.
Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And keep in mind the concern that Commissioner Kumalo raised, that it seems to be that you have received a statement, and his greetings to you, it does not appear as if it's someone who still owes you something, because he's very aware that you're going for the hearing. You have agreed, and he starts the conversation at 8:28 to say to you, "Good luck with your matter." In fact, your response makes it worse, because you say, "Thanks, General." And that, I would put it to you that it does not accord, it would not accord with someone who doesn't have a statement, because your answer would have been, I am still waiting for your statement. What's your comment, Warrant Officer?
Now, my response will be on page 19, underneath that, thanks, General. It was can I read it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, thanks. It was postponed to Monday. I mentioned your statement and I was told I should bring it on Monday if it's ready. So I'm asking if it is possible to get it before Monday, General.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes. So I didn't have that statement.
okay.
Yeah.
And then continue on the 22nd?
Pardon?
On the 22nd,
Oh,
there's
okay.
a chat.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
thanks. On the 22nd of September 2021, I texted, even in general, I was dismissed from the SAPS. Then it was at 2030 to 2039. And then he responded, "Hi, Steve, I just got home now." It was 2248. It's 2022-48. "Sorry to hear about your dismissal." It was 2248. Then I saw the message the next morning, and then I responded, "Yes, it's difficult to take this, General, especially when I know I did nothing wrong, and perhaps your statement should have made a difference."
And that's a statement you never received.
I never received it.
And then you also then, I think you promised to assist him to arrange a meeting with the informer.
Yes, yes.
From your, at least from one of the two issues that you guys agreed upon. One is that he'll give you a statement, and then what became of the second agreement to say that you will make the informer available to him?
No, we never took it further, and he never called me back again after this, and I never communicated with him, so he never saw the informer after this.
And to date, you've never had
Yes, I
further
today.
interaction with him
Yes,
in
I
terms
don't
of
have.
this matter, or at least the texts and calls?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Was this person also your informer? How would you have made him available to General Khan? I think it's Mr. Nku.
Yes, I obviously I would have made arrangements with Mashaba to avail him.
No, my question is, was he your informer?
No, Commissioner Kumar. He was
So
not.
how could you make an undertaking to General Khan that you will make him available if he's not your informer and you don't know if Mashaba will agree to make him available?
Obviously, I was going to talk to Mashaba, and then I would have taken it from there.
Yes, my point is, at the time you had not spoken to Mashaba, so you did not know that Mashaba would have been willing to make his informer available.
Yes.
In those circumstances, how could you promise General Khan that you will make an informer available to him? And how did you even know that this person was an informer? So I've got a couple of questions there. Having not spoken to Mashaba,
Yes.
how could you make a promise to General Khan that you will make the informer available to him?
No, I believed if I speak to Mashaba, he won't have a problem to avail the informer.
Did you know Mashaba before?
No. But
No, just stop there.
Okay.
If you did not know Mashaba before, and you did not know this informer before, how could you confidently say to General Khan, I will make this informant available to you?
Commissioner, if I may explain, we went together to prison, and obviously we spoke, and we ended up understanding each other better and all that. And so when I said I'll make him available, I had an understanding that knowing Mashaba from prison, if I can talk to him, he wouldn't have a problem with him availing the informer.
And you assumed that the informant would agree to speak to General Khan,
Yes, that's what I assumed, yeah.
but you didn't know that.
Correct, Commissioner. Thanks.
Why would you want to make the informer available to General Khan if in that same conversation you say to him, there's talk that these drugs are yours. How do you explain that there's that, you are aware there's that kind of talk
Yes.
about the general, that these are in fact his drugs? And you're not saying anything in your statement that suggests you didn't believe it. You mention it to him because it's what you have heard, and you say, this is what people are saying about
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And yet, in that same conversation, you say, I make the informer available to you. Can you just explain that behavior that on the face of it doesn't make sense?
Okay, I did not take it. It doesn't make sense at that time because I was also desperate for that statement, and also I believed with General Khan at Crime Intelligence and the informer, then it could have somehow. I could have introduced. They could have maybe exchanged information, both of them also. So. It was based on that, the exchange of information as to, because what he was interested was how did the informer know about that?
Yeah, well, that's what you tell us, that he was interested how the informer knew, but you've told him in that conversation as well, or you at least have background information, that's what you convey to him,
Yes.
that actually they say you are involved in the dealing with drugs or the trafficking of drugs
Yeah.
in whatever form. That's what is being said about you. And then you say, well, I'll expose you to an informer who informs on drugs being available and being brought into the country. At the very least, it seems to me that you, in fact, would have been putting the informer's life at risk if you expose him to somebody that you have had they deal in drugs.
I accept that.
You accept that?
Yes.
It seems like a very poor choice
Correct, Commissioner.
to have made in this case.
Correct, Commissioner. I accept that.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
And maybe a related question I might as well ask. There was talk that these drugs belong to General Khan. And you've said to the chairperson, this is within the police. At which level? Was it just corridor gossip? Was it among the juniors? Was it something that you say, well, even, I've heard that some of our senior people were aware of that or were part of that kind of talk. At which level was this information being shared or these discussions happening in the SAPS?
It was corridor gossip, Commissioner. Casual chats, casual talks among colleagues, and yes.
Yes. And when I think as I understand the evidence, there's a complaint that was laid arising from this incident or this drug bust.
Yes.
With IPID. IPID ended up
Correct.
being asked, and that included General Khan.
Yes.
And you would have, when I say you, I mean your group of
Yes.
arrested people would have been the ones that laid a complaint.
Correct, Commissioner.
That's where it flows from.
Yeah.
And specifically against General Khan, what was the complaint that was laid that you were asking him to be charged with or to be investigated?
It would have been the defeating the ends of justice and the theft of drugs.
And it didn't include that IPID should investigate the allegation that in fact he's involved with those drugs?
I understood it when I say theft of drugs, it would include those allegations, yes.
That he's involved?
Yes, yes.
This thing that you say was corridor talk?
Yes,
you thought.
correct.
But did you specifically say to IPID, I imagine IPID would have taken statements or
Yes.
interviewed people.
Yes.
Did you specifically say to IPID that there are in fact allegations that these drugs were General Khan's drugs?
No, I didn't. And simply because I did not have a statement to support my accusations. Yes. I didn't have those powers. Like, if I had the statement, then the person who was telling me, then I would have perhaps pursued it further.
You didn't think to mention it and leave it to IPID to investigate because you say there was corridor talk. I mean, it must have been serious enough, that talk, or of such a quality that you later on do mention it to General Khan to say, this is what they say about you. So it wasn't passing comment in the SEPs. It must have been serious enough for you to mention it to him. And did you not consider that you should mention it to IPID and leave it to IPID to do the investigation? I mean, you obviously have not investigated it, so accept that. Did you not consider that in the light of because it's quite a serious allegation,
Correct.
To be made about someone so senior, it shows the seriousness of it and how you seriously took it, that you mention it to him. And so if you get to a point where you lay a complaint with IPID against him to do with drugs, that I would have thought you would say, he did all of this because you were complaining. This is their drugs.
Yes,
They're
yes,
defeating the ends of justice. Right?
Yes.
I would have thought that statement would have and should have included you saying that, in fact, the talk is that these were his drugs. And perhaps that's what explains his behavior on the day. I don't understand that you didn't think that was important to mention.
Yeah, I accept that, but as I mentioned, I thought if the person who was telling me that is not willing or he won't be submitting a statement, it won't be material.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Warrant Officer, I want us to move back to the crime scene at Ayrton. In your statement, it's page 8. I want you to look at paragraph 23 of that statement, because that's what I want to test with you.
Paragraph?
23. Now, at paragraph 23, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Now, this is where you say that your observation is that after the scene was handed over to you, this is what you say. At this stage, the scene was under control. The exhibits were still secured in bags in their original forms, not tampered with. The crime scene was still under investigation as witnesses were interviewed and suspects under arrest. The doc unit was summoned as well as the photographer. Now, I want to test that statement of yours and that conclusion of yours with the national instruction. But before we get there, can you accept for a moment that you cannot seriously confirm that the drugs were in their original forms and not tampered with, because you wouldn't know that? You accept that?
Yes, sir.
It's not
Yes.
correct to say that. They were
Yes,
not
I
tampered.
accept that. I
Yes.
accept.
There's a file